Hello everyone, hope you had a great weekend. It is a new week here at Sansom's and obviously it's the last day of the month. It is the 30th of June and we have, well, I've sold two cars. The orange Megane RS and the black M2 Competition. The month overall before that was looking quite dim, but those two sales have propped us right up for a pretty good month, and definitely not short at all. So I'm very, very pleased with that. And Saturday was so hectic. I had an appointment every hour, which I don't think I've had yet. It was so hectic, and there was a few things going wrong. Obviously, with the i20N customer not coming in and the battery's dead, so maybe a good thing that the customer didn't come in because I cannot get it started. So I think I need a new battery for that. And the M140i that we sold, we took it to get washed, and the seatbelt decided not to work. It just locked up, and the front sensor decided to just stay on all the time. We replaced the harness because it was coming up with a fault, and the garage said it wasn't the sensor, it was the harness. So I didn't put the new sensor on, I put the harness on, and then we put it in reverse and the front sensor is just stuck on. So that was an absolute nightmare. The customer was an absolute gent and he totally understood, which makes my life so much easier, but I was very apologetic, and we're going to get that sorted for him just where he is. I think he's around York area, so it's not even too far, but I'll get that sorted for him this week hopefully. And yeah, we've got the keys to our new unit next door, so I'm gonna, well, there's no lights on, there's no electric, so it is quite dark, but I'm gonna go and show you inside because it is an absolute mess. I think I burnt my neck as well. So here it is. This is the mess for the next few weeks. So yeah, as I said in the previous video, it is an old kitchen showroom, a luxury kitchen showroom at that. There's an incredible feature which I am very much hoping I can keep in the back here, is a bar. How sick is that? We obviously changed that logo there for our own, but I absolutely love it. Have a few shots with customers, get some deals done, you never know. But all this alcohol's been here for God knows how long. I seen a Corona bottle that had 2022 on it, so yeah, these are all the kitchens that'll be getting thrown out, and some of these glass panels will be taken out as well to create some more space, but hopefully by the time everything gets taken out, it should be able to hold about 12 cars in here if you position them right correctly. As I come up the stairs, bloody hell, it's hot up here. You've got more kitchens and a whole load more space. So over here behind this stud wall will be the parts department, selling performance parts, exhaust intakes, distant pads, service kits, literally anything you can think of. And then I was thinking here of putting a pool table, challenge some customers a game of pool. If I win, I get full sticker price, that sort of thing. And again, everything is getting taken out and stripped from here. All of this, everything will be getting repainted, all the lights redone. All this will get taken out. And then this will be my office in here. And there'll be a few desks and stuff outside as well. And then you can come through here. There's two doors, I'm not sure why to be honest, but access there and there. And this will be sort of the main back office where Laura will be, which is nice because you get the daylight in through the windows, unlike ours where you're pretty much just in an enclosed office. At the minute it looks a hell of a big job to do. Thankfully that we're not going to be doing very much of it. There's probably clearance people going to be coming in and just stripping everything out and just taking it into the skip, so it'll be pretty much just bare bones and for us to paint and add things here, there and everywhere, and it'll look beautiful once it's all done over the coming months. And so I'm very excited about it because it's just a lot more showroom like, rather than the one we're in now, which is kind of just like it's a unit basically, because you can see all the breeze blocks and stuff, whereas in here it's all boarded up with wooden flooring everywhere, and yeah, it'll just look so much better selling all of the prestige cars. It'll give it that sort of elevation that it needs. So the Mark III Focus RS is back from the garage, and that's all ready to go for delivery to Sussex. I think it's Thursday. Yeah, it is Thursday. That'll be getting delivered then. And the Megane RS has just gone back round to get the new battery put in, and the M2 Comp is also around there getting some new coil springs from its sales checkers. That's the only really thing it needed, and I already put the discs and pads on it all round a few weeks ago, so that one will be prepped and ready to go, ready for this new customer, and probably is on the weekend. And now I've got to take photos of the Mark IV Focus ST. The photos are now done and they'll be on the website probably later on today, but look how much better it looks with an all black alloy. It just looks so mean. It is Tuesday, it's the second day of the week, and it's been a pretty decent day. It's been quite busy, hence why I'm just jumping on the camera around 2:30. But we've managed to sell our 17 plate BMW M2, so that'll be going next week most likely. Zuto rang and said they had a customer, so it's quite an easy sale, so you can't complain. And the guy is from Cheshire, which was where I was born, in Chester. So we've got that to sort out tomorrow at the garage, and we're one day down this week, maybe, well, a day and a half kind of, because we're going to the 2025 Motor Trader Awards. So we got nominated for 2 awards, and I'm going to try and remember. It is, oh, got a call. So yeah, we got nominated for 2 awards, and the first one is Fastest Growing Dealer of the Year and Used Car Dealership of the Year Premium Cars. So hopefully we win 1 or possibly 2. We went last year, but we didn't win anything. I think I got nominated for 2 or 3 last year as well. But it's a good night. I like going, so I'll probably do it every year, to be fair, because it's just a nice night out in Birmingham. It's at the ICC, and yeah, we're on the table of Crypto Autos, which is the sponsor for Fastest Growing Dealer of the Year. So what Crypto Autos do, if you don't know of them or what they kind of do, is you're able to buy cars with cryptocurrency through them. So they make it all safe and secure, and obviously offer the right amount of money for the crypto, so you can buy the car instead of sort of the dealer just handle it themselves and not knowing what to do. They sort it all out. So if you want to buy something with Bitcoin or Ethereum or anything like that, they'll be able to sort it out, which is quite cool, to be fair. And maybe that's where the world is going with cryptocurrencies, especially since the government have announced that they want to make their own Dogecoin. So it could be a thing in the future, you never know. But we're going to be on their table, which is good, because the tables are so expensive. I think for a table of 5, it's £2,000, I believe, and table of 10, it's something like £3,500–4,000. So yeah, it is very expensive. So if you do buy a table, you need to get it filled for your value for money. Because I paid for 2 tickets because they kept emailing me saying that the deadline's today. So I was like, oh, I haven't even got a table, like how am I meant to go? So I bought 2 tickets, which was £660 plus, well, including that. So it was something like 500 and something plus for that. And then Crypto Auto rang literally the next day and said, do you want to come on the table because you're in the category that we're sponsoring? So I was like, oh, well, that's bloody great. So hopefully I get my refund. We have a white BMW M2 on a 2018 arriving today. It should literally be here in the next half an hour, because we have no cars whatsoever. The showroom is completely dead. We've got 1 car in here, and we've got 1, 2, 3. Well, the Megane sold 4, 5, and that one sold. I think, yeah, I think there might be one at the garage. So yeah, we've literally run out of cars. I've got a lot of cars bought, I just need to get them here, which is the next issue. I think I've got a delivery every day, possibly 2 in one day. So hopefully get them all done this week, or majority of them done this week, uploaded online and on Auto Trader so we can get some more sales going. And obviously we've kicked off with a great sale for the first day of the month, which is always a good momentum start. I got an unusual part exchange for the Audi RS3, and it is a Navara Tecna. It's got no VAT, tonneau cover, 7-way electric tow bar. It's a nice little thing. It's got 71,000 miles. It's got 5 services, so I put it on dealer way to get it gone trade. But yeah, obviously you won't know, but my background was in pickups because I used to be a salesman at Mitsubishi, just literally a stone throw away from where I am now. I worked there for about 4 years, and I started as a sales apprentice and then sort of kind of just moved up to be a sales executive. But yeah, I used to sell L200s, Mitsubishi ASXs, Eclipse Crosses, Outlander PHEVs, Outlander diesels, Mitsubishi Mirages, and then I went to selling Isuzu pickups, which I quite liked, but a few people said they were a bit iffy when it came to the power, because they weren't that powerful, not as powerful as an L200. But yeah, I used to love selling L200s because you could get so many up. Well, when you bought an L200, it just came absolutely bare, so the loading bit didn't even have an underliner in, so it was basically just metal, and you did not want to put anything in there when it's just bare metal because it would look horrendous. So underliners, hard tops, tow bars was pretty much the main options people went for, and obviously you got paid for the options, which was always a good bonus. And yeah, so yeah, I've done that until February 2022. I started in October 2019. Yeah, that's right, 2019. So kind of just under 4 years. I need to do a TikTok video. I haven't done a TikTok video since the 18th, and I usually do one every other day. But to be fair, we've literally had no cars to do any videos on, and I kind of done a video on pretty much all the cars that I had at the time. So the next one will be the Black Focus ST, because that just looks Batman spec, looks mint. So hopefully I'll get that done today. I'll get Laura to do the video, and then once all these new cars come in, I'll be able to have loads of videos to do on TikTok, because we do sell quite a few cars through there, which is amazing. If I could do a lot more through TikTok and hopefully on YouTube, it would make my life so much easier, so much better, and it will obviously give everyone a much better experience as well. She's arrived, the BMW M2 in Alpine White. I've not had a white one before, and it looks absolutely beautiful, and it has an incredible spec. Props to the customer that I've just bought it off. He's looked after it incredibly well. It's got full ceramic coating on. Still got the PPF on each of the arch for all the stone chips. The seats are incredible. It feels like no one sat in them. These took it in really nice. The bolster hasn't worn down. Obviously got the electric memory option, and it's just a lovely clean car. The rears don't even look like they've been sat in. Incredible. You obviously got exposed carbon fibre there, Pro Nav, heated seats, you've got Harman Kardon. Absolutely stunning. So I'm going to get this cleaned up and put on the website probably either maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow morning, and it'll go round to Steve's for its preparation, ready for the next customer. Hello, good morning. Today is Wednesday, the 2nd of July, and it is a horrible morning at that. It's absolutely weighing it down, and it's just not a good, it just puts you in a bad mood for the rest of the day. But I have, oh, I could get my steady. I have kind of dropped the ball with one of my trade cars, because we took in a Navara against the RS3. And obviously I put it on Dealerway, the car dealer app, to sell to obviously another trader. And I had to redo the listing because I think the app glitched. It took me right back to the start. And I think it sort of, because you've obviously got to put down bodywork issues, mechanical issues, and any other disclosed by the seller. And I think it just resets everything, and I've put something in the mechanical issues because it needs a knock sensor, which is about a £600 part with £100 to fit depending on your hourly rate. And I forgot to re-put it on because I think it's just taken it off automatically. So you'll see here, when it decides to focus, I don't think it's going to focus. What's going on? There we go. There's Navara on the app, and then if you just scroll down, obviously service history, bodywork issues, which I've remembered to do, but I honestly don't know what I've done here. And obviously the mechanical issues is non-reported, which there should be. And obviously I've put the tonneau cover lock, which is a bit iffy. And yeah, so kind of dropped the ball on that one, but I've messaged Lee, so this should all be good. I still factored in the price of the Reserve with needing a knock sensor. You've still got plenty of margin for any dealer that buys that, 100%. I think they're going for like, well, on Auto Trader I had a look, it's 17,400 including the VAT. This one's got no VAT, which is always a plus for people because it always comes in a little bit cheaper. And obviously if you're not VAT registered, then it helps with that as well. So they've still got around, I would say, £4,000 margin at 12 grand as my Reserve. So knock sensor £600, £100 to fit it, maybe a bit less. You've still got £3,300 margin in. Absolutely mint. Can't complain of that for a Navara, I don't think. But yeah, apologies about that one. But yeah, what have we got on today? Let's have a think. Oh, Focus RS is getting picked up by the driver. That is going down to Sussex for its new customer. That's all sorted now. Everything that needed doing for that has been done. I purchased a 240i yesterday, and what I'm loving at the moment is all the cars that I'm buying are literally round the corner. All of the cars that I buy usually are literally down south, and I mean down south, we're talking again Sussex and Essex, bloody Devon, Cornwall. Literally I think I bought 3 or 4 cars from Cornwall, just because when you buy performance cars, a lot of them are down south, and I even buy quite a lot from Aberdeen. Obviously Aberdeen's historic for performance cars, hence why they've got a huge Porsche dealer in Aberdeen. Probably one of the most well-known ones, and obviously because they used to do loads of bloody oil up there back in the day, that's why everyone's got Ferraris and Lamborghinis and Porsches over there. So that's probably one of the reasons why. And I think I already showed you the white M2. I've got an M4 competition coming in grey. That is an absolute beauty of a car. That's coming from Aberdeen. And I bought another 240i in grey, same one as this one. It's absolutely, just show you outside, it is horrendous outside, so I'll wait for the rain to stop before I show you the 240i. But I bought another one in grey, so they've both got amazing spec, Harman Kardon Pro Nav, heated seats, you name it. And what else have I bought? I've bought a Leon Cupra, that's coming on Friday. I bought a Polo GTI, that's coming today. Oh, I actually need to pay for that. I'm rambling onto the camera and this bloody guy's waiting for me to pay for this Polo GTI. Oh my god, someone needs paying for their car. So I'm gonna go and pay for the car and I'll be back. Well, it turns out he doesn't have, well, he hasn't submitted his bank details to CarWow, so I still need to wait for them. So kind of, yeah, so just need to wait for them. So it wasn't that bad. It's not that, he's not waiting that long. Yeah, literally I'll just think of things and then I'm about to do something and my mind just wanders off into other thoughts that I need to do for the rest of the day, and I end up just forgetting to do things. That's why I've got Laura here to keep me more organised. She's the organiser, I'm the more frantic, running around doing loads of things. But yeah, so may as well show you this. Yeah, there we go. So this is the Polo GI we've bought. Oh. So Motor Check says it's absolutely fine, no finance, there's just some private plates being on, it's not stolen or scrapped or written off, anything like that. But we always do a check ourselves because you cannot trust them. Well, you can trust them, but CarWow don't take any responsibility, of course, if the information is wrong. But if you ask me, if you're using Motor Check and you've integrated with your website, and then somehow it is wrong, then surely that's down to you and your system and everything like that. But obviously when it comes to Motorway and Carwow, they don't take any responsibility whatsoever. But I'm just doing the motor check now, so hopefully it's all right, but it usually is. Oh. Wait, no. False alarm. That's just mine. Oh wait, hold on. Contract hire. Arval UK Limited. Contract hire. That's a bit odd. A Polo GTI being on contract hire. Agreement start 2015. I think we're gonna have to call Arval. Polo GTI is all sorted. What happened there was it's been on. Someone's obviously purchased it via contract hire when it was first registered for 42 months, and for some strange reason, even though it ended in 2019, it was still showing up on the motor check, even though motor check, as you've seen on Carwow, said finance is clear. So not sure why that is, or if it was a glitch, or no idea, but I'll have to email Arval and get that taken off if it actually is there. I'll have to check with motor check as well. And yeah, all sorted. I rang them and they said it ended in 2019, so that was all good. I've sent the money and the GTI is on its way, should be here around 12 o'clock. And we have a lovely mascot in here today, our bi-weekly mascot. Hello, Patsy! She's the paintless dent removal guy's dog, and he comes bi-weekly to get all the dents out of all the cars, and he does a cracking job. I don't think he wants to be on camera, but we'll probably get him on camera. But basically he does all the traders around Newcastle and Northumberland, and yeah, he brings Patsy along with him. Patsy, hello! Look at you. So we've got all the cars inside now, and thankfully it's quite empty, so Steve can just crack on with all of the I can't even speak, all of the dents. I don't think there's going to be much on this white M2. It's pretty clean. It's absolutely stunning. And it's the same for the 240i that I purchased yesterday. It was immaculate inside and out. Oh, door's locked. Get the key. There we go. Absolutely immaculate. It's got carpet lines on the mats and on the rear. There's not a speck of crumb anywhere. Steering wheel's been cleaned, it's been de-dusted. The tyres were slicked. Even the fuel cap is, you could eat your dinner out of there. It's that clean. But very well done to the people that look after their cars, because not many people do. And I've just took delivery of this Polo GTI. And what's the verdict? It's pretty dirty, to be fair. It is pretty dirty, but obviously that's what valets are for. But it's not too bad. I've seen a hell of a lot worse. But I'll show you the 240i whilst I'm here. And this is what we bought. It's been lowered, which looks so much better. It does scrape on the front though, so there probably is a few scrapes on the plastic bit. I think that's why they've put the plastic front splitter on, so it's only catching that, so it's not the actual bodywork. Reg is in the window, and obviously it's in mineral grey with black alloys. It just looks absolutely stunning. It's got Harman Kardon. It's got Pro Nav. It's got heated seats. And you've got quite a few other stuff like automatic headlights, they're standard. It's got cruise control, which is an optional extra. It's got a nice lipped gloss black spoiler. It's got the air performance exhaust. So overall, it's a stunning car. And I have another one arriving as well, same colour, and pretty much the same spec, because I do love the 240i's. And then we have the Polo GTI that is literally just arrived about 20 minutes ago. 65 plate, DSG, heated seats, electronic climate control, tartan seats. You got the light inside pack with the auto lights. Don't have any sensors though, but overall it is a lovely spec, and it's in blue silk, which is, I wouldn't say rare because it's a Polo GTI at the end of the day, but this colour you don't really see many of. It's usually white, black or red. So I have the Mark III Focus RS getting handed over tomorrow. Our driver's just about to collect it in the next hour, so I'm just currently getting it hoovered and cleaned, and the driver will get it cleaned just before he gets to the customer's house. So it's nice and sparkling for when he gets it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I just need to get it hoovered because there's quite a lot of crumbs in it from being at the garage and being hopping in and out of it. So once we've got that, it'll be all done. Onto the Polo GTI. There is two things that I've always wondered why Volkswagen never done this, is why they never put dyno audio in the Polo GTIs, and why they didn't have a grey colour option. I mean, all the colours that they do have are nice. And personally, I probably wouldn't have went for a grey one if I was to buy one brand new, but obviously grey's a lovely colour. But they just never did it. And they did it on the AW Polo GTIs, the ones after the 6Cs. But yeah, it's just weird why they didn't put dyno audio in, because you've got to literally spec this with optional extras, otherwise you literally get zero. You don't get cruise control, you don't get automatic headlights, heated seats, parking sensors, you don't get sport mode, you don't even get Apple CarPlay standard, you don't even get a sat-nav as standard. Everything you want, well, kind of need, you need a sat-nav, well, kind of, you need Apple CarPlay, I would say. You need parking sensors, surely, or even a camera. Heated seats is also a good option. I mean, automatic lights is pretty basic, but you've got to pay for it all. But yeah, that's two things I've never understood about the 6Cs. The Focus RS has gone as well. That's being picked up by the driver, going all the way down to its new customer. We've had a few of the new cars arrived in for prep. The white OGM2, that needed 2 rear coil springs and it needed 1 tyre, so we've put a P0 on because to all match the other rear tyre, and that'll be getting finished tomorrow, and I won't be here, so should be getting everything will get photographed on Friday once I'm back. And then we've got a handover for the M2 competition, the one in black, that'll be getting handed over at 2:30 on Friday, and then we can go and get my M4 competition that I bought from Aberdeen on the Saturday, which I'm so excited for. It's a 68 plate in grey. Actually, I'll show you, because I bought it on Motorway, which I bought a few cars via Motorway. And what I have noticed recently, I would say within the last month definitely, is I think car dealers are now going over to CarWow and stop using Motorway. And I'm not sure if that's because a price reason, because you do get a big sort of offer on your car when you go through Motorway, just because how many dealers are on the platform, and it's just a competition of bidding. It's blind bidding, so kind of it's cheeky in a way, because dealers bid more for the car when it's blind bidding, because just in case, whereas if you could see it bid, like, you'd be going up in smaller increments. But they did kind of stop it with, because it used to go up in every £50 for the next bid, but they then reduced that down to it's £1 more for the next highest bidder, which is pretty decent, to be fair. But I think Motorway have been banning people from, well, dealers from their website, or well, the platform, shall I say, not website, due to the fact that a lot of dealers, and I've definitely come across this before, and especially on some of the recent stuff, which I actually will show you, dealers are just bidding so far, well, so much higher than what they should be for a car, to then, in the hope of when they get to the customer on the driveway, they go, oh well, I'll give you £1.5 grand less because it's got this little thing, and they basically just they're overbidding in the hope of getting it reduced when they actually get there on your driveway. And that is a pretty unethical way about going about it, because I've never done that. I literally just bid for what I think the car's worth when it comes from prep, for my margin, getting it here, warranty, all that sort of stuff. And it just doesn't sit right with me when I get to a customer's house and just starting to say, oh yeah, I'm giving you £1,000 off for a tiny chip or a little scuff here, there and everywhere. And I think that's why maybe people are going over to Carwow, because I've found it quite hard to buy a car on Carwow recently, and Motorway have been way more successful. So I think it might be down to them banning dealers off the platform rather than being a price rise, because I'm getting really good prices on Motorway at the minute for the cars that I'm buying, and the cars are selling. They're great spec as well. It's not like the low spec or anything. Anyway, I went off on a bit of a tangent there about Motorway Carwow, but yeah, I'm going to show you some of the cars that I bought recently, and I'll show you my winning list compared to what I've bidded on. It is mental. So this is the M4 competition that I've bought, and it is absolutely stunning. It's got a lovely spec. You've got the competition seats, absolutely beautiful heated seats, all that jazz. And then I also bought the 240 that's in the showroom, there it is. And I also bought the white M2, which is in the showroom getting prepped as well. But the most interesting thing is that's on the left hand side. So didn't win, 315, complete, only 44, and I've had 43 customers cancel the actual sale. So yeah, just a quick mental maths on that. That is about just over 10% success rate when actually bidding on Motorway. And that isn't just because I'm lowballing or anything like that. I'm literally bidding with normal margins, which are, well, for me anyway, because we don't do a high volume here. I kind of go for more low volume, higher margins, better quality, rather than just buying anything and everything. I'd rather the cars that we sell to be the best they possibly can. Obviously, you can't fully inspect a car when you're buying off Motorway, rather than if they come to you, you can just take it around to the garage, which is always handy. But I'm going to show you some of the cars that I didn't win, and I'll tell you how much the retail price is. And the one that I've got in my mind was literally, I think it was either this week or last week. It was a good blue Golf R, and it was good spec, lovely, and I couldn't believe what the price went for when it finally ended on the day. Where it is. So if I go into my didn't win, so this lovely Golf R, it was absolutely stunning. Black Pretorias, lapis blue, Vienna leather seats. It's got Dyne audio as well. Absolutely stunning. One previous owner, full Volkswagen history, and it ended up selling for 21,723. Now, so that car retail would be between 23.5 and 24. I think it's more towards the 23.5 because I calculated it with a bit of a higher retail price just because of the actual car. It's a beautiful car, one previous owner. So if you factor in his bid, 21,723, plus the motorway fees, which would on a 20 grand car is 439 plus that, but you claim it back, so it's just 439, which makes it 22,162. So 21,662. So 23.5, take away 21. I forgot. Can't believe I literally just said it, but my mind was thinking about the 23.5 and totally forgot it. Got it. 22,162, take away 23.5, which would leave a margin of 1,338, and that is before the 20% VAT, because the VAT man wants 20% of your margin, even without any preparation, delivery cost, or anything like that. Well, to be honest, that's even without the motorway fee, but just include it anyway, so it'll be a little bit less than that. So take away your 20% VAT, that would leave you with £1,115. You haven't even got it to your dealership yet, by the way. It's still on the customer's driveway. So take away, you might be local. Let's just benefit of the doubt, he's local. He's like 50 miles away. So he probably is going to get charged 150 quid for delivery. that would be £965. And then you've obviously got to get it here. I'm going to check if it needs a service. Maybe it does need a service, maybe it doesn't. I mean, you've still got another 6 months left on there, or 5 months, so we'll give him benefit of the doubt. Doesn't need any, doesn't need a service. However, it does need an MOT. So there's £35 off your MOT, which takes it to £930. And so that car is £930 before you've even done anything to it. Oh, it's also got a chip in the windscreen, which I'll show you here. And that is quite a big chip. So I would factor in that it needs a new windscreen, especially if you're buying that sort of Golf R. So I'm gonna say £200 for the windscreen plus the VAT. So you're now at £730 and you haven't even looked at the car. So that £730, what if it's been there for 30 days, 40 days? You need to reduce it by 300 quid. Now your margin is £430. You still got to pay a salesman. If you've got a salesman and it's not just you. So that dealer has definitely gone there in the hope of knocking at least 730, at least £1,000, easy. So if they take that into account, that is pretty much close to my max bid. And that is why that is why Motorway are banning dealers. And that is the week ended. If you like and subscribe and hit the bell notification so you're notified every time that I upload, which is usually on a weekly basis. Yeah, thanks very much for watching.